Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm AwestruckVox, and with OKKO, subtext is everything. Despite being such a goofy, wacky, fun-filled show, it has a very encapsulating and intense overarching story. One that leaves breadcrumbs and clues throughout its episodes. This especially rings true for the episode Boxman Crashes, one of the brand new 4 episodes that recently dropped on the Cartoon Network app, one of which being the conclusion to the Point Prep Academy arc, Final Exams. Now, Boxman Crashes is an episode many fans have been looking forward to. Ever since Lord Boxman left his company, control of which being handed over to Daryl, or should I say, Lord Cowboy Daryl, it was a very easy assumption to make that Boxman will wind up staying with Professor Venomous. Although most people wanted this episode for shipping purposes, and who can blame them, the Voxman pairing has some great chemistry. Look at those two dads. But I've been anticipating an episode like this because I knew it would make or break the speculation on if Professor Venomous was the true identity of Shadowy Figure. Now, if you've been following our coverage of OKKO since the beginning, you know that I strongly believe the identity of Shadowy Figure is Laser Blast, whom is twin brothers with Professor Venomous, and that the two were possibly working together. But many held on to the idea that Laser Blast, Venomous, Shadowy Figure were all the same person, that Venomous had to be Shadowy Figure. It was just too obvious. The voice, the chin, although Venomous has more stubble than Shadowy Figure, Shadowy Figure's need to amass more glorbs, it's definitely a valid theory, and I can see why anyone would draw that conclusion. So receiving an episode of Boxman staying with Professor Venomous from the perspective of Lord Boxman, someone who's very dependent and nosy, meant that we would definitely get confirmation on Shadowy Figure's relation to Professor Venomous, if there was one at all. Well, I can confidently say Professor Venomous is not Shadowy Figure. But what surprised me is they may have little to no relation to each other. At this current point in time, I don't believe they're affiliated. Something that immediately caught me off guard was this episode's introduction. We don't open up on Boxman begging to be taken in by Venomous, but rather Venomous on a conference call with the Board of Villains, wanting to persuade them to gain capital. Why does he need these finances? Right off the bat, he says he has a doomsday device. The world could be cowering at his knees if he desired. As it turns out, which we see throughout this episode, Venomous is just kind of bored, aimless. He doesn't really know what he wants to do, as long as it's something, and as long as he's evil. Fast forward throughout the hilarious and adorable Boxman Venomous shenanigans, the episode's climax sees Boxman, Fink, and Venomous attempting an attack on Lakewood Plaza, although their plans are thwarted by KO, Rat, and Enid. What is Venomous's response to this? Anger? Distress? No. Satisfaction. He is flourishing, not remembering the last time he got his hands dirty like this. That he enjoyed every single second, the thrill this battle gave him. Boxman has given Venomous a drive. Venomous even tells Boxman he's been bored. And by the episode's resolution, Professor Venomous is granted his capital, buys back Boxmore, and the two work together, striking a permanent alliance, something that KO may regret. But the important factor is by Venomous's dialogue, the revelation of his longing for some kind of long-term goal, any kind of goal, this pure, raw, unadulterated commentary, this solidifies Professor Venomous as a different entity from Shadowy Figure entirely. Because Shadowy Figure does have a goal, he does have ambition, and he does have a motive. He's far from bored. And whatever mission he's on, something I'll also speculate at a later time, whatever Shadowy Figure needs to accomplish, we now know Venomous could pull off at any given time. If Venomous wanted Point destroyed, he could have done that at any given time. Whatever Shadowy Figure is carrying out is for his own necessity, while Venomous's experiments, his research, has been for his own curiosity, to appease himself. If Venomous was Shadowy Figure, we would have saw him in action in this episode. Someone who broods and creeps around Lakewood Plaza doesn't just sit back in his chair bored, working on things just because. No, we saw no calculation, no preparation from Venomous. But just because we as an audience are aware of this, doesn't mean KO and the rest of the crew are in the loop. Moving Venomous in with Boxman right across the street from the plaza is more than just a sinister alliance. It's very likely KO will have a lot more encounters with Venomous, as he'll also have more run-ins with Shadowy Figure. And KO will begin to put 2 and 2 together. It's the wrong 2 and 2, but nonetheless, Venomous's new residence has set the stage for an inevitable episode where KO suspects that Venomous could be Shadowy Figure. And it wouldn't surprise me if such an event could occur near the end of Season 2. These new episodes really had me thinking. Point, Venomous, Shadowy Figure, all 3 of these plot lines are going to converge together, because they're all connected. Even if Boxman and Venomous are the least tied into everything, Venomous will be a red herring, not just to the audience, but to to the main cast. And if the show is headed in a direction I think it's going, then we're in for a very wild ride. But as always, these are just my thoughts, and I love to hear yours. What do you think? Do you still believe Venomous could be Shadowy Figure, or are you now convinced, yeah, they're definitely two different people with two different MOs? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet them directly to me at AwestruckVox or at Roundtable Vids. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to help the Roundtable grow, support us on Patreon. Get access to exclusive perks, and your name could be at the end of the video. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications to stay in the loop with all things OKKO. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. AwestruckVox, out.